We've got sleeper cells here. We are involved in what I would define as an internal war in this country. There's some outside forces. There's a need for a complete investigation of what is taking place on these college campuses all over this country right now.
Sleeper cells in America. Now, we had heard these warnings from the FBI, from Congress, from various sources that there were migrants from other nations that want to cause harm to the United States that have entered in from the southern border, gone into various cities, and are currently awaiting to perform a coordinated attack against the United States to wreak havoc on the people of our nation. And what we're hearing right now is what is taking place across campuses around the United States needs further investigation. There is suspicion that this is not merely students protesting, but this is actually coordinated efforts by these sleeper cells to begin to wreak havoc on these universities. And this is taking place when we had just heard recently that President Joe Biden has taken into consideration shipping refugees in Gaza, Palestinians, to the United States. And a lot of people are saying this could be a security concern, not knowing who is actually a refugee and who is a member of Hamas. So link in the description below to this article that just came out today that says the White House is considering accepting some Palestinians from Gaza as refugees amid the Israel-Hamas war. And it says the Biden administration is considering welcoming certain Palestinians to the U.S. as refugees as they seek to escape the war-torn Gaza amid the ongoing war in the Middle East between Israel and Hamas. Senior officials across several federal U.S. agencies have discussed in recent weeks the details of potential options to accept Palestinians from Gaza who have immediate family members who are American citizens or permanent U.S. residents. Internal federal government documents show, according to CBS News. One proposal involves using the U.S. Refugee Admissions Program to bring Palestinians with U.S. connections who have escaped Gaza and entered neighboring Egypt, the documents revealed. U.S. officials have also considered welcoming additional Palestinians out of Gaza and are processing them as refugees if they have American relatives, according to the documents. This proposal would have to rely on coordination with Egypt, which has thus far been reluctant to welcome large numbers of people from Gaza. We've seen some of these neighboring countries saying they will refuse to accept refugees from Gaza. The Biden administration now saying we will fly them to the United States. People from Gaza who pass a series of eligibility, medical, and security screenings would qualify to be flown to the U.S. with refugee status, which includes permanent residency, resettlement benefits like housing assistance, and a path to American citizenship.
Exclusively on CBS News, the Biden administration is considering a plan to allow some Palestinian refugees to come here to the United States. That's according to internal federal government documents that were obtained by CBS's Camilo Montoya Galvez. According to the plan, some Palestinians fleeing the war would be offered a permanent safe haven here in the U.S. And one option under consideration is to allow those who have immediate family members who are either American citizens or permanent residents to enter the country if they pass various background checks first. The plans would require coordination with Egypt, which has so far refused to allow large numbers of people from Gaza to cross the border into that country.
Give all praises to Yahweh by Hashem, Yahushua, by Hashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of the great millstone. Salutation to all the brothers and the few sisters out there. Onto this like foreigners for the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Shalom in the Hebrew, which means peace. It's going to be a quick show through the spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. As things get intensified, protesting, and so forth, displacement of millions, all right, which is all part of this new world order. Okay, it's all part of the same protocol, and it's nothing new. Okay, this is war-torn countries attend of civilians, people that's not able to fight, old people, young people, too young to flee from different countries. But all this is part of the bigger scheme, the bigger plan. All right. Now I'm speaking first. You got George Soros, who funded a lot of all this border crisis that's taking place in the border of America. And it was funded by the UN. All right. Not American Cross. One of them major things. but all funded by George Soros. Now, prior to this event that's happening in the U.S., when the first couple attacks in the Middle East, you had a lot of these Middle East countries, their civilians fled into the UK, which overwhelmed their system. So for now, America is dealing with the same thing, but it's more intensified because this is supposed to be the first world country. So I'm going to get to a couple scriptures. It says, 2 Ezra 9:1. And he answered me, then said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. So how do you measure time? You measure time by the scriptures. All right? And the Lord gave a blueprint in these latter times, how things are going to turn out by the scriptures. Okay? If it doesn't fit the scriptures, it's not worthy of saying. And out of all the books on the planet Earth, this is the only book that whatever was said in this book is coming to fruition. That's why I says real quick. Since I'm in the book of Isaiah 55:11, it says, so shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void. Meaning it's not going out of the Lord's mouth empty. He's not saying empty things. Right? But it shall accomplish that which I please, and shall prosper in the thing whereto I sent it. So the Lord been saying these things was going to happen. All right? Been saying these things is going to happen. This is how you measure the time in itself. It's what the standard is, the words of the Lord. All right? The words of the Lord is prophecy. Prophecy is what? To say things before it happens. Scriptures talk about there's new things. All right? Just because they don't say this particular country at this particular time is going to do that doesn't make it not real. All right? So those are the new things that it says, but it's all in the same thing. It's all in the same coordinates. And that same coordinates is what? What the scriptures said from the beginning. So it says, then he answered me, then said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, when thou shalt seest parts of the signs past, which I have told thee before. Then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. So we are in the time of the visitation. Yahweh Shai said it the best. Matter of fact, let me get that, because I quoted it the last time I said it. Luke. That's how heavy. People don't quite grasp, and we at the reality check, because we are always amazed at the working of the Lord. So it says, Luke 12:49, I come to send fire on the earth, and what will I if it be already kindled? So the Lord said He's coming to send fire. All right, Matthew's 10:34. It said, think not that I come to send peace on earth. This is the Lord. All right, the Lord said, I'm not coming to bring peace. All right, kumbaya, my Lord, and all this nonsense, hand joining hand. All right, scriptures tell you about in Proverbs 11:21, if hand joining hand, the wicked shall not be unpunished. So they could sit there and, you see films before when everybody hold hands and just help stop the destruction. That ain't happening. But Yahweh Shai is the one that's doing this. He's the one that's orchestrating everything. It said all power was given unto Him under the heavens. All right? So this is His workings. This is His doings. And it says, think not that I come to send peace on earth. I come not to send peace, but a sword. All right? And then here's the best part. I come to set a man variance against his father, and his daughter against her mother, and daughter-in-law against mother-in-law. Let's look up the word variance. I should know this one. The satos, to cut into two parts, cleave, asunder, sever. So it's, in other words, to divide, to cut asunder. So the Lord is causing all this chaos. All right, He's causing this chaos, bro. It's like, okay, and this is how the chaos began. He's the one that's setting this shit on. He's setting it up. All right, he's that. Oh, there was a video which was dope. When I mean dope, it was dope. But it was a bunch of cats, a bunch of lions, so to speak, and male lions to be exact too. And none of the male, I think they was pretty much adolescents. It was young, and they was waiting for that one cat to set it off. Because once that one cat set it off, they all was gonna go. So what ended up happening? They set it off. That one cat set it off, and then the rest just devoured. So that's Yahweh Shai. Yahweh Shai is that cat. All right. He's that guy. He's that force of nature that's orchestrating all these things that's happening. So all these borders being invaded, people try to what's that word I'm looking for? People are trying to run away from certain things, as far as the certain things I'm speaking of. I gotta say it, black and white and all these differences. Nah, it keeps surfacing on top because the Lord wants it that way. Okay, the Lord wants it that way. It says, then shall thou understand that the very same time when the highest begin to visit the world that He made, therefore when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world. That's the blueprint. The uproars of the people. All right. Civil unrest. People taking matters into their own hand. Unnaturally and naturally. Organized, non-organized. The Lord's doing. Then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. So this was what's going to happen. This is the transitioning of power. All right, this is when a kingdom is going out and something new is coming out, and the ones that's behind it, they swear top and bottom that they're controlling the narrative, but they're not. You're a pawn in a bigger game. All right. And it says, for like as all that is made in the world have a beginning and an end, the end is manifest. So the end is manifest. I said something. Let me back up what I said. Colossians 1:15. 16. For by Him, talking about the Yahweh Shai, all things created are in heaven and that are in earth, visible and invisible, whether they be thrones, who sits in power, all right, whose name resonated throughout the echoes of history. Okay, the worst, the best, it was all orchestrated by Him. Or dominions, kingdoms, or principalities, spirits, or powers, all things were created by Him and for Him. And He is before all things, and by Him all things consist. So Yahweh Shai is the one that is organizing all these beautiful workings, man. All of it. All these beautiful things that's happening on the planet Earth is by Yahweh Shai, which Yahweh gave him the go to do. Okay? So this is what leads me to this particular scripture, because this was the premise of the show for me. That one, you know how you have that one scripture that answers it? Jeremiah 50:24. It says, I have laid a snare for thee. And this is the Lord speaking of America, Babylon the Great. And thou art also taken, O Babylon. So there's what he's talking about. What is a snare? A snare is a trap. What is these traps? They just said it. There's sleeper cells that's coming in. They keep pushing these things. And there was a video circulating. It was a particular man that said, don't film me. He said, who they was laughing like, who are you? Who you think you are? Like, he said, don't worry, you soon to find out. And they found out who he was. He was from Palestine. And he just came out of prison a year ago. And now he's here in the shores of America. So now they're talking about bringing more Palestinians who just been coming from a war-torn country when there was been a lump-sided of situation, when they had no rights, to the country that's supporting those that's genociding them. What the fuck you think is going to happen? What do you think is going to happen? All right? Yeah. The unexpected is going to, the things that people least expect is going to happen. Okay? If it's not Captain Obvious, I don't know what to say. This has got to be the dumbest situation that these Americans have ever seen themselves in. This government is the most dumbest government, all right, that ever existed. But all they're doing is intentionally. But they understand that is the Lord setting up a trap for them. All right? It says, I have laid a snare for thee, and thou art also taken, O Babylon, thou was not aware. Thou art found and also caught, because thou hast strive against the Lord. So they was not aware that their planning is not accordingly. All right? It's not going to prosper them at the end. This is why I had to get this. Job 18. You know what? I'll start at 4. He teareth himself in his anger. Shall the earth be forsaken for thee? Shall the rock be removed out of his place? Yea, the light of the wicked, the illuminated ones, all right? The wicked, and because what? They call themselves the Illuminati, all right? Now they come in different names now because they try to hide themselves, but the idea is still there, that they bring light into the world. They have the Freemasons. They have all these different organizations that's doing their bidding. So they have the knowledge. So supposedly, which the scripture says that knowledge of wickedness is not knowledge. So they have nothing. But let's digress. It says, yeah, the light of the wicked shall be put out. All right? And the spark of his fire shall not shine. So we know when you go break down certain things, in order to start a fire, you need to have a spark. So even the spark is going to be put out. The light shall be darkened. The light shall be dark in his tabernacle. His candle shall be put out with him. The steps of his strength shall be straightened. His own counsel shall cast him down. That sound like disorganization. All right. That sound like a group of people that think they have something in control, but they have no control. And that's what we're seeing. Right? Believe it or not, they may think they control the narrative. They have no control of this narrative. None whatsoever. They bring in this chaotic scene, expecting the worst possible outcome, because that's what they expect. They expect human nature to kick in. They expected this a long time ago when this whole C-19 took place. They expected chaos, but they didn't get what they wanted. So they keep pushing and keep pushing. That's why the scripture says, I'm not going to get it. I'm going to quote it. You know what? I'm going to get it. I'll get it. come back to this real quick and end it. Amos 9 and 12 or 11. 13, sorry. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that the plowman, which are the workers, all right, which are you, the normal person out there, the normal people that find yourself caught up. Your bills is too high. You're not making enough money. Hyperinflation is kicked in. Inflation kicked in. The government is doing what they're doing, not aiding you, a taxpayer, and so forth. Guess what? You're going to end up losing more than you can ever imagine. That your back is going to be against the wall. And when your back is against the wall, you're going to be doing something that you never thought you'd be doing, because this is what the elites want. It says, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that the plowman shall overtake the reaper. Those that are on top. That's what it says in Ecclesiastes 12 chapter. It says to keep 12 and 3 actually. 12 and 3 says, matter of fact, let me get it real quick. And that day when the keepers of the house shall tremble. What is the keepers? Who are the keepers of the house? The lower elites, the ones that you could get hands, your governors, your mayors, your politicians that's touchable. They're not touchable, but they're touchable because the simple fact is they're not going to be hidden yet. All right? And the strong man shall bow themselves in the grind and cease, because there are few, and those that look at the windows be darkened, which is the future. The future is dark. All right? There's going to be no light for the future. This 2030 agenda is just that. It's just an agenda. It's just an idea. All right? Them microchipping everybody, the whole entire world, and them controlling every single aspect of it is just an agenda. They're going to accomplish a certain amount, but that certain amount that they're going to accomplish is going to lead to nothing. All right? That's what it says. It says I'm in Job. Job 20 and 17 to the point. It says, he shall not see the rivers, the floods, the brooks of honey and butter. That which he labored for shall he restore. Everything that he stole, he's going to restore. He's going to end up giving back unwillingly the things that he took. But this is the point. And it shall not swallow down according to the substance, he shall the restitutions be, and shall not rejoice therein. So his idea of his accomplishment ain't gonna happen it's not gonna go the way he was gonna go. All right, go finish Job 18 and 7 now. It says, the steps of his strength shall be straightened once again. His own counsel shall cast him down, for he is cast into a net. Same thing I just read in Job and Jeremiah. That's that net. It's a trap by his own feet. So it's his own doing. Yes, they're allowing all these different nationalities to come in, the worst of the worst to come in. Yes, they are allowing that. Yes, they fully think they're in control, but that's where the delusion and the reality takes place. You're not in control, and they're gonna learn that. Straighten means difficulty, a path of difficulty. So the path of difficulty is not able to control. All right. Yeah, they live in this chaotic bubble, but even in that chaotic bubble, the outcome, the algorithm, and so forth, it still needs to show in their favor. If it doesn't show in their favor, it's not going to be a good outcome. It says, and the war and for he is cast into a net by his own feet, and walketh upon a snare, which is a trap. The jinn shall take him by the heel, and the robber shall prevail against him. Who is that ultimate robber? Yahushua. Yahushua is stirring this thing up. The snare is laid for him in the ground, and the trap for him in the way. Terrors shall make him afraid, and on every side. There was a thing after 9/11. They had these color-coded fear tactic when they made you in great fear to believe that at any second, at any moment, there could be a terrorist attack. Well, I just tell you, terrorists shall make them afraid on every side. These are why they're allowing this to happen. The U.S. government does not care about the U.S. citizens, and the U.S. citizens are caught up into the government's evil planning. And it says, and shall drive him into his feet. His strength shall be hunger bitten, and destruction shall be ready at his side. Alright? It shall devour the strength of his skin. Even the firstborn of death shall devour his strength. The firstborn of death is who? Yahushua. Yahushua is the one that's orchestrating this. He's the one that's allowing this to happen. Alright? It all boils down to the same source. Who's really pulling the strings? Alright? Who's really in control? I'm going to get it real quick and I'm going to end it off on this. Job 12 and I think it's 15 or 17. Job 12 and 16. Right in between. With him is strength. Talking about the Most High. And wisdom. The deceive and the deceiver are his. To those that's going out to deceive in the world, and those people that's being duped by that deception, they all in the hands of the Lord. The Lord is the one that's orchestrating everything. He's giving Esau the green light to use certain things in order to captivate the minds of the people. He's allowing Esau being that whipping stick to destroy the people. Alright, it is the Lord's doing. And the fruit of the Lord is going to manifest completely. And that manifestation that the Lord is allowing to happen is in the front of the world. Obviously, this is the end of Esau and the beginning of Jacob. So with that being said, shalom to the elect and the nations of shalom.